Yo, Matthew, you ready for this?
Shh.
No, come on, Matthew. It's time to record our podcast, Up Close and Personal. We record it without fail and publish every Wednesday.
Jay, quiet. My sister's meditating.
She's what?
Meditating.
Oh, damn. I didn't even notice her in here.
Yup, she's been located here for a while.
Sisters, man.
Sisters.
Our parents gave us sisters so we'd have someone to chill with over the years.
It's important to spend time with your sister over the years. My one always gives me another perspective. She doesn't just tell me what I need to hear.
And mine is funny. She brightens up my life.
That's why our parents provided us with sisters.
They didn't know what kind of one they were going to make, but they sensed it was a good idea at the time.
Yeah, like imagine the opposite. Like, oh, never mind. Let's not produce this sister after all. Let's call the whole thing off and not give birth to a new baby girl. And instead, let's focus on other things in our lives.
The idea is frankly absurd. And look how it turned out. Our sisters, up and about, living their lives, pursuing their interests. They're making their mark. And you're lucky enough to have a sister plop there in the middle of the studio, just meditating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she started with about 5 minutes a day and considered her life to be more peaceful. Over time, she gradually increased the length of her sessions. So now she meditates for, I think, like 20 minutes a day.
Oh, so she must be really calm now in general, huh? That's something to be grateful for. Life can be so chaotic at times. But you actually have a family member who meditates a decent amount.
Mm-hmm. She was actually pretty calm to begin with. That's what drew her to meditation. Her meditation practice alters nothing. It's simply an expression of the kind of person she is. It's how she expresses herself. Just look at her.
She expresses herself through breathing?
She maintains an unbroken silence, and she doesn't even move a muscle, no matter how many flies land on her. That's how she expresses her personality.
I don't know. In terms of self-expression in the arts, I've always been drawn to music, dance, poetry, even sculpture, Matthew. But watching your sister quietly breathe has its merits too, I suppose.
My calm, quietly breathing sister is showing us what it's all about. Honestly, it's better than sex.
Well, that's not saying much, but yeah. It's definitely inspiring having this sort of thing going on in here. Are you sure we can't record this around her? I feel like it could make us funnier, honestly. After all, no one produces podcasts in a vacuum. They're always influenced by something, you know? We were originally inspired by Tim and Eric, making copies of their work. Maybe now we can switch focus to your sister a bit. Something a bit more local and chill.
I'm down. I doubt we'll be waking her up by being too loud at this point anyway. Look, the flies have actually landed in her ears.
Whoa, that's some pretty good luck. They've actually filled her ears, huh? I guess, who needs earplugs when nature provides?
Yup. It looks like they've sealed her ears shut. Crazy flies. She must have sweet wax.
Yeah, sisters and flies. They drive us crazy at times, but in the next moment, they do something miraculous. They are glorious things.
They're just sisters and flies, my friend. No need to idealize them or call them miracles. They're just living their lives in all their mundane messiness. And that in itself is beautiful.
Yeah, really is, my friend. Really is.
So, Jay, anything new with you?
Actually, yeah. I spent some time with a group of my close friends the other day.
Oh, nice. What did you do?
Oh, I impressed male comedians with my abilities.
I meant like what was the occasion?
Oh, it was sort of a park picnic. I don't know. Like everyone just kind of brought their own food and we kept our distance from each other. Got to stay safe, you know.
Nice. That sounds fun. You should invite me next time.
Well, I would have, but I don't know. You're not the biggest people person, are you?
Yeah, you're right. Not so much. I'm so damn cynical.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. We were chilling in the park and we just let the conversations flow. At a certain point, I stood up and impressed them with one of my abilities. I forget how it came up exactly, but yeah, I promise there was context for it.
Which ability?
I'm sure you know the one.
No, I don't. Sorry. I always forget your abilities.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I get that. But yeah, no, I climbed a really tall tree. It was during a quiet moment in the conversation. Everyone kind of just finished eating and we'd reached an impasse. So I just stood up and
Oh, yeah. Okay. I totally remember that ability now. You stood up really abruptly, right? And ran over to a tree.
yep. And then I just scurried up the tree as fast as my little legs would carry me.
That's awesome. Did they like the trick or the ability?
They liked that I had this ability. We discussed it at length afterwards.
Nice. Yeah, just make sure you keep practicing so you don't lose your ability.
It's funny you mentioned that. There was actually a moment where I felt like I was going to slip on some sap. No one noticed. And I didn't mention it afterwards to the male comedians I was with, but it definitely bothered me. Like, I seriously could have fallen out of that tree.
I'm glad you didn't. You could have hurt yourself something awful.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just an age thing. Like, I definitely don't have the dexterity I had when I was a kid, but I think it's mainly because I haven't been practicing.
Come on, lazy bum. Don't skimp on practicing.
Well, it's not for want of trying. It's just, this is going to sound weird. Fuck it. My community's trees are disappearing.
What?
Yeah, like one day I'll wake up and trees that have been there for years will just be gone.
Seriously? These are trees we're talking about, Jay. They're not just going to get up and walk away.
That's exactly it. They'd be better off if they could. Because the issue is that they're being cut down. Yeah, I suppose some of them are simply withering, but yeah, they're being chopped down for lumber, leaving nothing but damn stumps.
What the hell? Why would they cut down trees?
It's global warming.
Global warming? Gulp. Tricky issue. Republicans don't believe in it, but we all know they're not the sharpest tools in the tool shed. Global warming is a legitimate problem.
Yeah, global warming. I've been observing it more and more lately. Rising sea levels. Plus, even the neighborhood dogs have taken notice. They seem ill at ease. Anyway, yeah, no. Sorry to get all dark and talk about my personal struggles.
It's all right, man. Yeah, sometimes you just need to vent, and I'm always here for you.
Oh, thanks, man. So what's been going on with you?
Yeah, not too much really. I saw a car accident earlier, I guess.
Oof. Everyone all right?
Yep. It was a head-on collision. It was a drunk driver situation, basically. The drunk driver was on the wrong side of the road and ended up driving into a sedan.
Into a sedan? That's not good.
Not good for the sedan, no. It was a bit scraped up. I mean, how could it not be? It spun around and around, finally coming to a stop when it hit a pole. But the family was okay. I mean, a bit on the dizzy side, but okay.
Well, that's a relief. Honestly, no harm should come to families. Not now, not ever.
They were okay. I mean, they were a bit mad at the drunk driver. Understandably so. I mean, the guy was completely plastered, and he seriously endangered people by driving in that condition. He could have killed that family.
So, how did the drunk driver respond to this whole situation?
Pretty much about as you'd expect. This drunk, toxic bastard threw up his lunch.
Shit, when you reach a point when you're vomiting, yeah, you've had too much to drink.
The guy was drunk and should not at all have been behind a wheel. Not in the least. Everyone was fine, though.
Yeah, I'm glad. If even one member of that family had been hurt, the integrity of the whole family would have been compromised.
Oh, come on. I value human life as much as the next male podcast host, but nothing can harm families. Families don't exist. They're just, frankly, a collection of individuals. Family is just an umbrella term, a shorthand label.
Suppose you're right about that. And honestly, about a lot more where that came from.
Family is a lot like love, nationhood, or Santa Claus. It's a convenient fiction. Why should I have some special connection to people just because we have similar genes? In a way, isn't that kind of like racist logic anyway?
Well, okay. Some people say that we owe our families for bringing us into the world, but
That one always really bothered me. Like, okay, it's not like I asked to be born, you know? It's not like our parents asked to have us either. I mean, we were both accidents.
we were?
Happy accidents, yeah.
Right. But accidents nonetheless. Damn.
When I turned 18, I asked my father to provide an itemized account of every cent he ever spent on me, from food and shelter to education and day camp. I even asked him to estimate the opportunity cost he suffered from being a father. He totaled it all up, and yeah, it's a lot, but I've been working on paying it back for the last 5 years. When I finish paying, I will consider my obligation to my parents fulfilled and will sever the relationship. Until then, I'll enjoy Christmas with them as much as I can.
That's lit. I guess that's a good reason for people to support us on Patreon, actually. If enough people enjoy the comedy stylings of our high-profile guests,
Tim Heidecker, that sort of thing.
Yeah, if enough people enjoy that sort of comedy and subscribe to our Patreon, you'll finally be able to sever relationships with all your family members. You're never going to have to suffer hugs from your parents or lend a supportive hand to your sister again. You'll pay off your debts and finally be able to live your own life.
Patreon, man. It lets artists be independent. And that's something we can get behind in our culture.
Hey, buddy, you going to pay off the debts to your mother as well?
That's something I've never really thought about. Should I feel bad about that?
Depends.
I just hate thinking about money.
Okay, but it's important to think about women. It's 2020, yo. Can't be so toxic. Now, as your friend, I advise you, please recognize all the important work your mother, the most important woman in your life, did for you growing up, you know? So that you can pay her off and never talk to her again.
Leaving her to age in solitude.
And share those ridiculous Facebook memes boomers love.
Boomers are ridiculous. They're aging quite rapidly, and they just don't understand the modern trends that, for better or for worse, define us.
Yeah, they work their asses off for an illusion. A white picket fence and a 2-car garage. Whether they achieve that or not, it's important to realize it was all for nothing. It's important to live life without illusions.
That's right. But mirages are okay.
Yeah, mirages are all good with us.
We stan mirages, and we respect people for whom they crop up.
Have you experienced any lately? Fuck, I feel like I haven't seen a mirage since I was ill as a kid.
I actually had a mirage fairly recently, but I kind of don't want to discuss it.
Oh, come on, man. This kind of sounds juicy. What went down with the mirage?
It was fine at first, but I ended up saying something that I can't take back.
What? Just say it, please.
I said, I hate you.
Ouch. That is hard to take back. Hate is the ugliest word in the dictionary.
I know. I was just, in one of my moods.
What happened then? How'd they react?
I faded into thin air, leaving the mirage to contemplate my harsh words.
I don't know. I hope they realize you didn't mean it. Ultimately, though, if the mirage heard that, probably just means it hates itself on some level, since it chose to imagine you saying that.
Yeah, my mirage hates itself.
And did you have this mirage in the city or the countryside?
I had my mirage in the city, in Pasadena.
Yeah, that's sort of the city. Like, a suburb, more like.
Right. Yeah, I guess. You're right. Yeah, it's more like a suburb. But, hey, I mean, there's some cool stuff over there. The Jet Propulsion Lab.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah. The Jet Propulsion Lab. Yeah, those NASA guys in Pasadena and, what is it, La Cañada Flintridge? Those guys are legit awesome.
Yup. When they were a kid, science fiction gave them a sense of wonder. Now they feel the same just by going to work. And that's something few of us can say.
Except
when things
go
wrong.
Houston, we have a problem.
When scientists realize they made miscalculations during their endeavor, the results are absolutely devastating.
We have a problem.
The rocket doesn't get to space, and the scientists return to their families dejected. They didn't get to see an alien.
Ugh, aliens give me the creeps.
Oh, come on, they're probably nice.
I don't know, I hate the slobbery ones, or the ones who bark a lot. Plus, they get fur everywhere, which means vacuum bills go through the roof.
Jay, I think you're thinking of dogs.
Who knows, man? They're mysterious. And they scare me. And I think we're doing just fine here on Earth without messing around with other life forms.
We are doing quite well here on Earth.
Yep. Not much to complain about here.
We got the good shit here on Earth.
Whether you're Netflix and chilling or just, actually watching Netflix, right? You know what it means. Okay. Well, yeah, no, there's pretty much something for everyone in terms of stand-up specials.
We got John Mulaney, Kid Gorgeous at Radio City.
Bo Burnham, Make Happy.
Jim Gaffigan, Beyond the Pale.
Patton Oswalt, Annihilation.
Hannibal Buress, Comedy Commissado.
Mike Birbiglia, Sleepwalk With Me.
And his new one called Mike Birbiglia, the new one.
Wait, the last Netflix special I saw, though, was Mark Maron, Thinky Pain.
Yes, I saw it too. It's truly a breath of fresh air, isn't it? Like, The Mark Maron in Thinky Pain is gentler, bringing a humility to his heady, introspective comedy. That's really a welcome change. In the 2-hour special, he begins by sharing an anecdote about comedy legend Bill Hicks. And then he delves into discussions about fatherhood.
Yup. Pretty much sums it up. Honestly, life ain't easy for some of these guys, but Thankfully, they're here to translate their pain into laughter for us, so that we have something to do at night when we're chilling at home.
Amen to that. With all these specials, if there's one thing Earth is not, it ain't boring.
True. But, ain't, Matthew, really? Let's speak proper English, okay? We have an audience listening.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry, everyone. I'll do better.
Sorry. It's just a pet peeve of mine.
Well, speaking of pets, let's see what's up with these flies in my sister's ears.
Oh, shit, yeah. We let them go a bit long in there, huh?
It should be fine. Now let's see. Uh-oh.
What?
It's probably fine.
What's up? Is she all good? Is she doing fine?
Yeah, she seems good. She's still meditating, or at least seems quiet, but...
But what?
Well, looks like these flies have laid an egg.
Left or right ear?
My sister's a lefty, and sure enough, it's plopped out in her left ear.
Nice.
And it seems like it's hatching.
I wonder what we'll get.
Probably more flies.
Yeah, that's likely, but we live in a world where the most unlikely shit happens.
Expect the unexpected.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Enough, Monty Python, Jay. Enough is enough. We got an egg to hatch.
Oh, come on.
Do you know any good doulas or midwives?
What's the difference between a doula and a midwife, anyway?
Oh, come on, you. The fly egg in my peaceful sister's ear is hatching. We got to do something stat.
Fuck, I don't know. I guess we could contact our mom's OBGYNs who delivered us back in the 90s.
Jake, Dr. Scott Surden and Miklos Toth are miles away. Maybe we should just wing it.
All right, let's just do this thing.
Jay, blow harder.
Come on, I'm blowing as hard as I can.
Look!
Whoa, it's cracking open.
WTF?
Is that an arm?
Is that a leg?
Is that Ben Levin?
Wow, that's really cool. Musician, YouTuber, and animator Ben Levin just hatched from an egg in my sister's ear.
A little help here, guys.
Matthew, come on, just save the intro for later. Hi, Ben. How can we be of assistance?
Just be chill. You guys are so high-strung, it's stressing me out.
All right, sorry.
All good. No harm done.
Ben, what were you doing in my sister's egg?
I was getting some head.
You were living in Matthew's sister's head rent-free.
The irony is delicious because my sister is actually the one who turned me onto your work originally, Ben.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, she's a big Office Hours fan. And she was like, "Oh, Matthew, Office Hours is releasing a drop concert video." And I was like,
Who directed it?
hey, what can I say? I love directors.
Come on.
I always want to know who directed something because I subscribe to the auteur theory.
Wait, so Ben, you directed the new Office Hours drop concert?
Yeah, it made sense to do. I get a kick out of the work that Tim, Vic, and Doug do on Office Hours. It's the funniest comedy podcast out there. No offense, of course.
None taken.
And yeah, when they reached out to me to ask which of their projects I wanted to direct, I was like, the drop concert. Of course, I choose that one. It's a concert, and I love music.
That's awesome. Sometimes people say, I don't have a musical bone in my body. But you, Ben, you actually have a musical bone in your body.
That's right. I love music. I like how music makes me feel. And that's not something many people can say.
Right on, Ben. So, how have things been going aside from music industry bullshit?
Aside from music, it's hard to say, to be honest. Music is the soundtrack to my life. Or it was before my headphone broke.
Damn, that's brutal. How did that go down?
They got crushed during recent travels.
Oh, you were traveling? Let me guess. Timbuktu or something.
What's Timbuktu? Sounds made up. Oh, wait, never mind. That's one of the 8 administrative regions of Mali, right?
Right, but it's also the name of a city in that self-same administrative region.
Right, but no, I didn't go to Mali. I just like traveling around, zoning out, that sort of thing. I like seeing new places. Never quite sure where.
Oh yeah, man. Ben's got the right idea. It's not about the destination. It's about the process of getting there. That's actually something I like to say to a lot of guys around me. And I spend a decent amount of time thinking that too, as an intrusive thought, to the point of distraction, really.
Nice, yeah. I like visiting different regions, but really it's about the trip. I like looking out the window and seeing Earth from a new perspective. And I like seeing how different airports handle baggage.
Oh, nice. I'm mainly familiar with Los Angeles International Airport, or LAX. I like how they handle my bags and luggage, but I've never visited another airport.
You didn't make a connection?
No, I didn't make a connection. LAX is big enough as it is, and there's lots to explore there without visiting other aeropuertos. Which, by the way, means airports. Sorry, I
Nice, nice.
took a Spanish
Right,
class in
right,
high school.
right.
Not a huge deal.
Right.
Yeah, I've been having that feeling more and more lately that there's really no point in leaving home.
That's your depression talking, Ben.
No, not at all. It sounds depressing, but I think it's actually hopeful. Ask yourself this: what is an experience?
Uh,
It's what you bring to it. I realized the only reason why I enjoyed traveling is because it sort of shook me. It made me open my eyes and look around me. But there's no reason I can't do that at home.
Look, I get that. But nothing ever happens at home. But there's always events going on at the Eiffel Tower.
True, there's always big shit happening abroad, whether we're talking Paris or Yemen. But there also are things happening at home, even in the confines of your own room. They're just small events, tiny differences between the days. But these tiny differences are important.
How so, Ben? I never notice anything going on around me.
Well, think about music. We can get bored of a song and want to hear something new, or we can listen to a Bach cello suite we're very familiar with, but played by a different performer. The differences might seem minute if you're not familiar with the suite in question, but if you are familiar with them, then it'll be a wholly different experience. Similarly, if we're constantly seeking new experiences, new friendships, new whatevers in our own lives, we miss out on that special diversity, that special kind of depth that we can only get through long standing acquaintance, through intimacy with our own lives.
So you don't need to visit Paris or chill in war-torn Yemen to live an exciting life?
Nope. Basically, all you need to do is stay in the USA, pay your taxes, and stick with your old high school mates, getting high and watching Archer reruns as you age into your 30s and 40s. You'll notice subtle differences as your old high school friends age, as they develop health problems and become more embittered. You'll notice your inside jokes becoming different, gradually more stilted. Sure, it's nothing to write home about, but it's a life well lived.
Nice.
I guess that's sort of what Jay and I are trying to do with our podcast.
Oh, right on.
Yep. Trying to catch it all on tape.
As it all goes down.
That's lit. What is that?
It's just a sound to ward off the non-Patreon subscribers.
Right. Yeah, no, they're free to keep listening along, but they'll have to deal with that.
Whoa, that's awesome. So, if they're chill with stuff like that, then they get a free extended episode?
Basically.
So,
yeah.
Ben, something we've been meaning to ask you.
Oh yeah, the Patreon subscribers will love this.
ask away. I'm an open book. No question is off limits.
What is your favorite ice cream flavor? And
why? And why?
Right, and why?
Vanilla, I guess. Because it reminds me of summer?
Oh yeah, I remember reading an interview with you, I think, maybe in Vulture, about how you used to eat a lot of vanilla during summer vacation.
Yep.
Vanilla, huh?
Yeah, there's nothing weird about that. I know it's a little plain, but I like what I like.
I hope this isn't too personal, Ben, but I hope your taste in the bedroom isn't vanilla.
Jay, come on.
No, it's totally okay. To be honest, my taste in the bedroom is pretty vanilla. I like having sex in common positions. The sorts of positions pretty much anyone can manage.
Oh, damn. Like what?
Yeah, just say it.
Missionary? Doggy style? Oh, what else?
That's enough. I can't take it.
Okay, that was awesome. So, wow, you really are vanilla. Does that mean you don't have a strong interest in bondage and sadomasochism?
Not too much. That sort of stuff is mind-numbingly dull for a guy like me.
Seriously? I think nipple clamps, electric shock collars, and hog tie accessories are fascinating.
Not everyone can.
I'm into bondage. I want more people to get into this shit.
It's just not for me. My partner or partners tend not to be interested as well. They never developed a single fetish, from what I can tell. And they never will. And that's a life well lived.
Not everyone's into it, Jay.
Yeah, and vanilla sex can be wonderful. If I can bring it back to music for a second.
Sure.
The Ramones. You know them?
Of course, yes.
Well, they made music with only 3 chords, and all of their songs sound different. And they're the soundtrack to many people's lives. They didn't need to purchase fuzzy handcuffs, anal gapers, or submission masks to revolutionize rock.
I wanna be sedated. I wanna be sedated.
I wanna be sedated. The Ramones! Yeah, that's the ticket.
You really did bring it back to music, huh?
I love music. I have a band called Bent Knee, and I have a YouTube channel that explores pretty much all that can be said about the subject of music. I've almost exhausted the subject, to be honest. And I'm almost ready to find another interest.
What's something else you might get interested in? Anything cool on the horizon?
Well, I guess I'm sort of trying to decide between photography and kites. Both seem legit, but I just hate decisions.
Want a little help, Ben?
That'd be nice. Just can't decide between photography and bowling. I mean, photography and kite flying.
All right, listeners, listen up. Again with that joke. Here's your question. If someone is hoping to quit music, what's a better use of their newly freed up time? Kite flying or photography?
Kite flying or photography? Age-old question.
There's nothing serious about flying a kite. It's just child's play or child's game. Take up photography. You'll have something to keep with you, almost like a recorded piece of music. You'll have your photos that you can last a lifetime.
Just as an example, Bill Wyman from the Rolling Stones quit the Rolling Stones and started a metal detector company. Started looking for rare shit in the earth. So I'm going to go kite flying. Forget being a photographer.
Yeah, definitely photography. Definitely pick up photography. That's my take.
The choice is obvious, and I would go fly a kite. Forget being a photographer.
Hey! Be a photographer! Because it's an art form. Hey! I think if a musician quit his career as a musician, he would spend his free time as a photographer because it's an art form, whereas kite flying is a hobby.
Well, there's one thing that makes me not want to do photography, and that's because when I think of photography, I think of, hipsters. So, with that, I have to pick kite flying as my new hobby.
And I thought I would weigh in saying that I think photography is more content driven. I don't see how much content you'd be able to get out of kite flying.
Photography.
Nice. I suppose I'll give it a shot. You guys know any good stores for that sort of thing?
Walmart.
Oh, fuck Walmart. You should go to mom and pop shops.
Yeah, I never understood the hype around Walmart. I think it's just trendy. But yeah, mom and pop shops. That seems interesting.
Alright, all the pop shops are cool.
Yeah, no, they took out a small business loan and they opened up a shop.
My parents actually owned an inn when I was a kid.
Oh, damn. I bet you had an interesting childhood, huh?
Yep, I met a lot of interesting people growing up at my parents' inn. I suppose the guests at the inn were sort of like family to me. I really did meet a lot of interesting people growing up in an inn.
That's amazing, man. Is that where your interest in music comes from?
Yep. Every year, musicians would come by for bed and breakfast before heading to Lollapalooza. They taught me everything I know. And they turned me on to other cool shit, too, like early 30 rock.
That's where it's at, my man.
Liz Lemon plus guitar music equals a perfect childhood.
I like watching Liz Lemon in perfect silence. I mean, it's not to say I don't like guitars. I really do. But I just like appreciating Liz Lemon without any loud racket going on.
Totally understandable. Different strokes for different folks.
Jay, have you ever even heard Liz Lemon with guitar? Do you actually like it?
Honestly, no, I haven't.
You don't even need to say it. I'm already getting set up.
Hell yeah. Okay, Jay, you're gonna love this.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Hit it!
Matthew, look. Your sister's opening her eyes at last.
Woohoo! Are you guys watching 30 Rock and listening to music?
Yeah, sis. Hope it didn't interrupt your meditation.
Not at all. If I could listen to crap like this all day, I wouldn't even need to meditate. I could just zone out for hours easy, without any of the spiritual mumbo-jumbo.
Josie, this is Ben Levin. He house from you, he's a gifted musician, and he loves vanilla sex and has reservations about travel.
Hey, Josie. Nice to meet you.
Hi. The pleasure is all mine.
love musicians.
Thanks. Hatching out of you was
Some guys have all the luck.
Sorry, guys. Maybe I won't be abandoning music anytime soon.
Seriously? Seriously not fair.
Come on, Matthew. Let's leave them in peace. I honestly think we should just let trained musicians enjoy the perks of the job.
Fair enough. Alright. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace out, y'all.